Join us to hear innovative and creative stories from around the world. Rosalyn Kahn will share her amazing journey of life, leadership, and leading your best life. Please welcome Rosalyn Kahn.
Hi, I'm so excited to have you here today for our launch activity here. We've got a phenomenal guest. If I went over all of her accolades, we'd be here for days. So I'd like to introduce you to Miss Toni Kaufman. Toni Kaufman, say hello to the group here for us today, Toni.
Hi, Rosalind. Hello, everyone.
It is so great to have you. So rather than tell you her laundry list that would keep us here till eternity, we're going to focus on just 3 small little things. She brings to us a world from the world of computers. She brings to us the world of protection, and she brings to us the world of casting. So take it away, baby. What expertise do you have in the world of computers? Tell us, please.
Oh, I was a Microsoft technical evangelist back when we were converting the heathen. So I guess you can tell that it must have been the Spanish blood in me. I had to go convert the world. And
Oh my
I think you
God.
noticed it worked.
Wow, that's amazing. And tell me, if I needed some help on that computer stuff, could you be able to help me out there? Would you, Toni?
Oh, yes, absolutely. As long as it's, a Microsoft-based product, a PC or that kind of thing. I'm not really an Apple Mac person, other than my iPhone and my iPad. But
That,
yeah, we had a support company and a training company that did very well back in the 90s. Uh-huh.
and who was one of your Glamour candidates that you worked with? I know there was some really exciting people you had the opportunity to work with. Tell me about those.
There were some wonderful people, and for lack of a better term, it was the best of times. And it was the beginning of the PC taking hold, and the fireball that it became, and everybody was converted, and everybody had one on their desk for the first time in history. We had computers at home, we had computers on our desk, and it was just a glorious time to bring in my favorite student. And I'm sure the one you're alluding to is former President George H.W. Bush, and that's the daddy. So I was in charge of the transition team to bring him home, and I became his personal computer trainer and support for his offices and homes and library.
Wow. Now you had some interesting stories training him on that computer and some phone calls or something like that. I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was a good one. It was a doozy.
It was one of many, but yeah, one day I was we used to get 15 minutes of time, right? So we would be sitting down together, and he would say, "Okay, Tony, what's that button for?" And we would explain what the buttons were for. But one time the phone rang, and I was like right next to him, and he picks up the phone and he goes, "Oh yeah, Charlie. Hey, no, no, no. We'll pick you up at the airport. Don't worry. We got a barbecue planned. Bring your boots, get your hat. We're going to have a great time." And I figured, this is a private phone call. I better kind of get out of the room, right? So I stood up and I walked around the desk. And as I'm walking, he looks at me and he goes, "Oh no, no, Tony, don't worry. It's just Prince Charles."
Just
And I'm
Prince
like, "Do
Charles.
you have any idea what you said?"
Wow. So did you get invited to that barbecue there?
No, no, no. That was a very private thing for them and their family. You know, it's so funny. While you're going through this, you don't understand the significance, or what it is that you're going through. You're just trying to put your head down and be of service and do the right thing and get the job done correctly, right? But now that I look back, it was quite wonderful. And we traded seats, by the way. I gave him some of my Houston Rocket tickets, and he gave me some of his Astros tickets. Of course, his tickets were right behind the catcher, sitting right next to Drayton McLean, who used to own the Rockets. And it's so funny because my kids would say, "Mom, whatever you do, don't pick your nose or something, because you're on camera the whole game." I'm like, "Thanks, guys."
That's
Such
yeah.
great things they have to do, right?
Those are those kids. And so that's the wonderful in the world of computers. I know there was some royalty that you met, but maybe that was in the world of casting that you had done. Did you do some work in casting?
I've done a lot of work in casting, and I was very blessed to get to work with a wonderful company called Fremantle Media and Fremantle Media Latin America. And so you've known them for Family Feud. In Spanish,
Right.
that's called Que dice la gente, what people say. You've known America's Top Model, which in Spanish was Belleza Latina, Latin Beauty. You know American Idol, which in Spanish is called Objetivo Fama, which is objective fame. So those are some of the things that I've cast. Also, I produced I helped produce the Latin Grammys, the Texas Music Awards. The It's called premios, gifts or offers or awards here in Texas, and have done a lot of work with some pretty well known names that I'm very fond of.
Was there any one particular story that stood out to you there?
Oh wow! So the host of the channel was fabulous. His name was Antonio, and he was just the cutest person. And when we actually found the families, we would fly them into Miami and start filming there. And of course, we would greet the families. And by the way, you have to take as a family like 3 or 4 sets of clothing so that you can change, because we'll film the whole week in one day. And
Right.
so, yeah, so it's the same family, the same day, but as soon as they win, they get to go backstage, turn into their next outfit so they can be up the next day. And so we'll run the entire series through in one day. It's a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun.
Sounds like a blast. Sounds like a blast. Now, tell me about the world of production.
Oh, production is always fun. And what's funny is that I've really become so focused on taking live events or hybrid events, as we call them, live events, with a Zoom meeting or the streaming media, right? But
Mhm.
I got so used in 2020 to turning live events into online live events. And that was a major shift in the way everybody thought and the way we were doing things and how to produce something together. And Rosalind, you're involved in one of the biggest productions we've got, which is almost 100 speakers, 12 keynoters, 8 categories,
Uh-huh.
over $60,000 worth of gifts. And guess what, guys? You could hear Rosalind talk about her experience on TEDx stages if you join us at weekofkindness.com.
Wow. Wow. That's really what it's all about. You see, we were talking to this lady, Tony, and Tony is such a multifaceted business owner and entrepreneur. She combines the skills of computers, casting, and even production. And even with the Stand Out with the Stars, that is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I can't believe that we're so gifted to have her here today with us. It
Thank
is.
you, Rosalind. Thank you so much. And it really is kind of my dream to as with a producer mentality of creating things that are good for people that we can share in this world of speakers, authors, healers, coaches, which is what I've immersed myself into, and you have too, for the past, in my case, 5 or 6 years. Uh, the one thing that I love about our community of speakers, authors, healers, coaches, and entrepreneurs is that they're so heart driven. So in
Right.
this age of, everybody leaving their work and the resignation, era, uh, people are actually thinking in terms of, okay, if I resign, I don't want to go back to work. What am I going to do with my life? And that's when the entrepreneurial gene comes in. But this is specifically why I love working with these folks, because they're so passion centered, heart centered. And the one thing they all have in mind, and I see this every time I interview someone, is they want to serve. It's not about the bottom line. I mean, that always is part of it. But the reality is we just want to help others. And that's what I love about this entire community. And it makes me feel good to wake up. It makes me feel good to go when I go to bed. Yes, there's some pressure and there's some stress, but you know what? I still get to set my own hours, and we still get to spend time with our families. And I get to do this anywhere there's a Wi-Fi. I can work, right?
That's the beauty of it all. That is definitely the beauty of it all. I think it's about time that we go ahead and we take a commercial break here, and we're going to be right back. So hold tight, and we're going to be back with Tony. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your interest in In-Flight USA and our newest publication, BizAvJets USA. We serve general and business aviation throughout the U.S. For more information on submitting articles or advertising in our publications, visit inflightUSA.com. Thank you.
Did you know the number one way to earn money is speaking? Everyone thinks public speaking is the worst. Some people are so scared they never even get started. Your story deserves to be shared. You can learn from top speakers. You need to join Standout Stars for their free week of kindness and gratitude summit. Learn how to get out of your comfort zone and grow to the next level. Develop new skills in business. Find out how experts get motivated to increase their workflow. Develop your writing skills. Find your passion and learn to share it with the world. Unlock secrets to improving the production of your podcast and increase lead generation. Learn how to improve your own personal health and wellness. This is a virtual event which runs January 16th through 21st. Sign up on our website at weekofkindness.com free. Be sure to visit weekofkindness.com. Sign up right now.
Senior Care Authority is a one-stop solution for helping you locate senior living options.
We understand the care, the costs, and the safety records of hundreds of communities, from assisted living and memory care to independent living and even skilled nursing. We help families cut through the complexity to make courageous, informed decisions under difficult circumstances.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Rosalyn Kahn. We are so gifted today to have Tony Kaufman of the Standout Stars Speakers with us, Gratitude and Kindness, coming up. I'd like to go ahead and take a second here to talk about goals, visions, and how this whole thing all came together. So, Tony, did you just wake up one day and this idea came to you, or was this a pattern and a process that you went ahead and thought of?
It really was a pattern and a process, I think, because I had been in computers for so long, and in 2015, 2017, 2011 actually, I was working so hard as a project manager with an IT infrastructure person that I was running about 15 projects every 3 months. And what I mean by a project is we were either upping a building or downing a building. And this was all over the world for Hewlett Packard. And it was a lot of work to keep all these buildings, mechanisms, all the project management goals. So basically I was working myself to death. And that's kind of when I got really sick. I knew, I was, how many entrepreneurs do you know that are really workaholics? And we're just, we used to laugh about it. It's either debt driven or money driven. You were always trying to make the next buck, right?
Oh yeah.
But it was at our expense, and I've seen this so often with entrepreneurs and with corporate leaders and with, people in high positions. Anyway, so I went from that to becoming the chief of staff of global IT for the SAP division.
Oh wow.
And that was here in Houston for HP. And again, we were constantly being driven, and because our team was worldwide, we had to follow the sun support system. And so if that's a new terminology for you, that basically means that we run support from the US time frame all the way to India's time frame, which is
Wow.
almost exactly 12 hours, and then back around the world. And so when you're in a position of leadership, I mean, if there is something called an escalation, if there's a problem, you're going to get pulled in. So it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, New Year's, 3 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get pulled in to take care of things. And that led to me getting very, very, very ill, and having to basically learn how to walk again, talk again, breathe
Mm.
again. I spent 37 days in ICU. I had been transferred to a hospice. I was the poster child for H1N1, which is the very first SARS
Wow.
that hit this country about 11 years ago. And I'm honestly still recovering. I know exactly what people are going through with this, or keep talking about how COVID has stuff that's left over. Yeah, it's been 11 years. I still have trouble breathing. I run out of air just getting dressed. So
Yeah.
it is something for the rest of your life. If you've had a serious bout with COVID, it's going to affect you forever. It's a change, a complete change in your lifestyle. I ended up losing my right lung, and my trachea had collapsed. And and I was on intravenous steroids for 37 days, which was a lot of fun.
Wow.
But
Wow.
so, I mean, just the recovery from that, folks, if this is something you need to take serious, because it will affect you for the rest of your life.
Wow. That is daunting. That is daunting. But I bet in that period that you were under that, it gave you a lot of time to thinking of how to set up goals. Were there some
It
goals?
sure did.
Were there
And
some goals created
it
that?
started with something I call the 30-30.
Mhm.
All right. And that's not a shotgun, guys, for you, those of you in Texas. Okay. 30-30 was as I was laying in bed feeling sorry for myself because I was in a wheelchair. Um, my big sister, who was always the tomboy and the tough girl in the family, I was the quiet, weak one, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, she had passed from cancer at the age of 52, and I remember thinking in my mind, wow, I'm finally older than my big sister. But every time I felt sorry for myself, I would literally hear her in my ear saying, "Yeah, get over it." you know, that was Celia. That was what she would say to me all the time. Get over it. And so I was motivated to try stuff to help me get back. And so the 30-30 was 30 days with 30 minutes, at least twice a day, of something inspirational. And so on
Mm.
YouTube, whether it was the Word of God, whether it was ministries, whether it was motivational music, motivational speakers, which you're one,
Right.
Rosalind, you know, I immersed myself in good thoughts, good thinking, and changing the way that I had been programmed to just be, running after the almighty dollar, right? Which is basically what we're programmed to do since we leave college, right? Now
Right.
you got to make up for all the time you lost. But that was really important to me. And then I remember I was going to they took me to Target, and I was looking for because I was over 200 pounds
Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
steroids, right? And I was on 27 pills twice a day, and
Ooh.
the breathing machine, and the whole inhaler, all of that. And so I remember going to Target, and then I saw these cute little ice cream bowls, right? They're just a little size, like a cup, maybe a cup and a half size.
Right, right,
And
right.
I bought 12 of them. And then I went to get raw fruit, raw vegetables, and once in a while a couple of cups of ice cream. But basically I started eating stuff that was washed well and was totally nutritious without being soaked, steamed, baked, fried, just the raw vegetables, the raw, and I would snack on this every hour all day long.
Wow.
12 hours. I'd have something. So I was never hungry. And then I started seeing the weight come off. And it
Oh
was
my
it was
gosh.
great. I mean, once in a while I'd add some cottage cheese to the fruit, once in a while. So I just changed my entire system of the junk that we had been eating for so long. Because when you're
Right,
working,
right, 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 right.
and so yeah, I started seeing. I ended up losing almost 70 pounds.
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
and it was great. I went, you know, it was just great. So I went from high double digit close to back to eights, tens, and 12s. You know, which is where I'm comfortable. You know,
No.
I'm 67. I'm very comfortable with it, with a 10, 12. I'm not trying to become a teenager anymore. I recognize my grandma isms are not cool.
Well, no, no, no.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you've told us how we can go ahead and survive the H1N1, how we can go ahead and lose weight, which is so important in our world today. What about the mission for your upcoming conference on the Standout Stars Speakers Gratitude and Kindness? What's kind of the
So the
mission of that?
Standout Stars is a speakers bureau that I created, that my producing mentality joined with the casting director, and then the casting director joined with the agent in my brain, right?
Mhm.
And which is always based on marketing. And so I thought, okay, so I've been watching this world of speakers, authors, healers, coaches for the past 4 or 5 years, but I'm seeing a real gap in
Mhm.
what it takes to be a speaker, and then how to work that career into where you're in demand, or at least you can get some paid stages, right? And of course, as you know, so many paid stages disappeared, but there's a lot of conferences, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of event planners. I've spoken to 3 or 4 producers, and yes, they're going to be looking in 2022, they're hoping to start looking for all that again. And
Great.
so who am I going to recommend to these folks if they call and say, okay, we need a guest for Good Morning America or for Houston Live, or, you know, whatever guest expert they need. So I figured, you know, all the speakers that I've met, if they speak at my events, which we've had 3, right? The Week of
Right.
Kindness and Gratitude gift giveaway. So we're over 200, almost 300 speakers right now that I have personally seen, worked with, understood. And I do know that there are things you've got to have in place so that you can succeed as a speaker. And that's what I'm going to talk about.
Right, right, right. That sounds so incredible. Now, when exactly is this event coming up, and how is it that we can get people involved there?
Love it. It's January 16th through 22nd. So
Mhm.
7 days, 8 categories, 12 keynotes, 82, I think, 82 speakers.
Oh my
And
God, you've grown since the last time I told you. You still got my
yes,
five spots for me? Still my pocket?
absolutely. So that's, yes, it is. It's just an incredible fireball. What I love most of all is the ability to give what I call my babies, my emerging speakers, have a platform now where you can go get practice, 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 which you've got to do. Remember, for every minute that you speak, you should have 1 hour's worth of practice on it. I know that sounds, crazy, but that's a good speaker. And, as a TEDx speaker, Rosalind, I think you'll agree with me. You've got to put in the practice. And as many of these stages as you can get, even if they're hybrid events, even if they're online only, even if it's just a Zoom room or an interview like this, practice, because that's what makes you good.
You talk about practice. When I first gave that TED talk, I must have gone ahead and done it 30 to 40 times, practice it another 30, and I was still standing there practicing in the green room. It's all about practice. You can never practice too much, and even for your recording, we've got to get it up and practice and make it go. So where is it that people go to sign up for this event here? Where do they go?
Weekofkindness.com. And by
Okay.
the way, it's a free ticket, over $60,000 worth of gifts. And now that the free ticket is good for the 7 days of the show. But
Mhm.
if you're serious about, your business and growing, and, from everything from personal development, health and wellness, spirituality, money matters, all of that is a category. So if you really want to upgrade to what we call the VIP all access ticket, it's
Mhm.
only $97. And
Wow.
you have all of that for the entire year 2022. So you take it in stride. You do it on your own time. You take advantage of all the gifts. You take advantage of all the offers. And I can't see how you could possibly fail in 2022 when you have this many experts giving you their gifts and offers.
Wow, that is amazing. And how many thousands of people did you say will probably be tuning into this? You've had experience on this. How many does
Yeah,
a show bring in?
it's so funny because there's been so many live events or summits, what we call online summits, going on that, I saw the numbers start dwindling, but we started with 764 attendees. And then that was the first one last November. And then we have in June, the week of Father's Day, which is when the next one is, we had 1,024. So it
Wow.
started rising, right? And then on this event, we're looking at a minimum 2,000. So this is the event, the premier event to go get you set up for all of 2022.
Wow, I absolutely love it. I can't wait to share my gift with the world on helping people get on that TED stage, getting them a TV, just like this show, just like the one that we're talking about here, have them interviewed and all the stuff. Now, if people want to go ahead and want to reach out to you directly, is there an email? Is there a phone number they can reach out and talk to you? Or how is it you best suggest that they reach out to you?
Oh, absolutely. And what's funny is if you fill out any of the comments, or if you do any of the submit any of the ways to communicate with us on weekofkindness.com, I get it.
Wow.
So, feel free to just reach out there, post a comment, say, Tony, I'm trying to get a hold of you. It will happen. Be careful what you wish for. It will happen.
Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. So let me see. We've talked about your program here on the Gratitude Week, how that came to be, the ideas of how you put it together with the one step, stop feeling sorry for yourself, get out there and do it. All the amazing speakers, all the amazing gifts. I think that leaves it up to the audience here. You want to make sure that you get on this platform, that you're out there. Even if you're just a guest, it's all free. It's all free. And it's something for everybody with that package. So you've heard it. This is Rosalyn Kahn going ahead and letting you know, living your life at the best. It's truly been an honor having Tony as our first guest speaker here with us. You can go ahead and follow us on Chow Entertainment. That is KXLA Channel 44. And this is Rosalyn. That's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Senior Care Authority is a one-stop solution for helping you locate senior living options.
We understand the care, the costs, and the safety records of hundreds of communities, from assisted living and memory care to independent living and even skilled nursing. We help families cut through the complexity to make courageous, informed decisions under difficult circumstances.
Did you know the number one way to earn money is speaking? Everyone thinks public speaking is the worst. Some people are so scared they never even get started. Your story deserves to be shared. You can learn from top speakers. You need to join Standout Stars for their free Week of Kindness and Gratitude Summit. Learn how to get out of your comfort zone and grow to the next level. Develop new skills in business. Find out how experts get motivated to increase their workflow. Develop your writing skills. Find your passion and learn to share it with the world. Unlock secrets to improving the production of your podcast and increase lead generation. Learn how to improve your own personal health and wellness. This is a virtual event which runs January 16th through 21st. Sign up on our website at weekofkindness.com free. Be sure to visit weekofkindness.com. Sign up right now.
Thank you for your interest in In-Flight USA and our newest publication, BizAvJets USA. We serve general and business aviation throughout the U.S. For more information on submitting articles or advertising in our publications, visit inflightUSA.com. Thank you.
over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.